All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Group Chart Analysis. It is Sunday, September 16th, 2018. And this week's going to be pretty good. I always say that because, I'm a positive person. So let's kind of look into what we're looking at this week. This one's going to be a little bit quicker than you. Well, I can't say quicker, but I want to just give you guys like the rundown of what to expect this week. And then because, today is technically Sunday, it's a trap day. We want to be careful on that, and we'll wait for the movements to happen. So let's get right to it. So let me start with this weekly. Let me do monthly. Monthly is still messing around, not been clear. Weekly pins all the way to the catch-up. Could possibly still shoot up, but also could shoot down. Daily, just do a railroad on the blueberry, multiple railroads. So this thing could end up dropping just off of that. We'll see. 4 hour. Through wick down to the water. It's on the stationary 50. It could kind of shoot up like this. We're going to have to be patient. It could do this. Then tank. Could do this. Boom, boom, boom. Then tank. We'll see how it goes. 1 hour. The 1 hour was divergent on here, which is why we saw that drop at the end of Friday during New York session. Came down hard. Now we can either see this on the 1 hour or we'll see something else. But ultimately, I see it kind of going in and out of these EMAs. So you see how the water and the mayo are about to be touching. The reason I say that we're going to be seeing that is strictly because of the fact that price was here and price was here. It was in this consolidation zone, like this whole box right here. See this? That happened, and it's in the same exact area as before where it could happen again. So with that being said, we may have to be patient on this. If anything, wait for a stop on high, let it hit the water, and then you can take it back down. I'm going to see what happens tonight. These are just predictions for just now, but it might change depending on what happens. I don't know if there's news, but we'll see how it goes. But as of right now, wait for it to pull back up and then drop for tonight, and then we'll come around for tomorrow and kind of see where it goes from there. GBP, USD, I was doing this earlier. There's things, this could do two things. Just based off of this aspect, from this time frame, this is the 4 hour, it looks like it could continue up. It's bouncing off the trend line, it's respecting it, right? But at the same token, if you guys are looking at this, overall this thing's a downtrend. It hit the catch-up this past week, and what it did was it could wick here and go down, so it could wick up a little bit, then drop for a railroad to end this week for a continuation drop all for the next 3 weeks, or shoot up to that water and then tank. We'll have to see, but that's just off at the weekly. The daily is above the water, but what do we know about GBP is that it is also a pair that can go above or in between EMAs like this and still drop. So based off of this time frame, it's not really valid yet, but this thing could still drop. We're gonna have to be patient on this. 4 hour. We just went over that. It's actually not drawn to scale, but let me draw this to scale like perfectly. There we go. 4 hour, it's above the stationary 50, hence uptrend. The 1 hour, it broke the water and it's beneath the stationary 50 as so, and it's outside the volatility band. What we could see, and what I'm actually hoping for, is you see it actually broke through this trend line. It's retesting it, bouncing off the water. It possibly could stop hunt high to form some sort of head and shoulders. Obviously false move week beginning, and then we could see that initial drop. Right? I would love to see that, especially since the RSI is beneath the stationary 50. That means it would come up a little bit and then re-drop again to go down towards the Mayo. So if that presents itself tonight, I will be looking for a sell. I would love to see it stop on high though, consolidate, and then we'll look for a sell in that aspect. But if not, it'll probably just ride this water and then drop tonight. But we'll see how it goes. Still early, but most of you in here are, 2 of you in here are in my specific chat, so we'll be going over that tonight. If I see anything, I'll let you guys know. AU weekly. All right, this is just disgusting. Hold on. All right, so weekly continuation down, no divergence. It's oversold, which could perhaps mean consolidation or continuation, but we'll see how that goes. Daily, if you see this, actually, the daily through some sauce right there. Right on the catch-up, pull back, drop through sauce. This could be a continuation down, but I also know about sauce is that it could shoot up, then drop. As long as it doesn't take out this height of the candle, we're fine. What the hell is that for? Oh, sweet. 4 hour. It's above this. It kind of like broke. It did break the water. Now this could mean two things: that this could start consolidating, like this. Goes up and down, because it's getting in between the EMA, which is on the 4 hour. The RSI could shoot up like that. It could ride the 50, then drop. Like I have to really see how it plays out. It's still too early to tell. 4 hour looks like it could shoot up though for a stop punt. So what I'll be looking for is the same thing I said on GU, is a stop punt high to retest the EMAs, the water and the Mayo, and then for a continuation push down. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking for going into tonight and beginning of this week. Gold. Oh, I can't look at gold because it's not the right broker. Gold has been maintaining this height right here, this resistance. Has not broke it. Bounces off the Mayo again. Let me go to the monthly. Monthly is starting to throw a wick, so it could drop a little bit more. This could drop just a tiny bit more to retest that low down here. Didn't quite break anything towards the upside. I really wanted it to go up to the upside, but this actually might be finally making that move that we wanted it before. Originally, I said I wanted it to test down to this low again. That was last week. That was earlier last week. What that might do this week is possibly shoot down and go down towards that low that we had predicted before. The 4 hour looks good. It's been bouncing off of these EMAs. Now, it is in a fringe, mind you. It's in a small fringe. You got the low here, one of the lows, and then you have a high here. You can use this high. You know, it's within its own little fringed area. So really be careful with this. I predict that it's going to be making a move downwards. The higher time frames look pretty good on that aspect, so we'll see how it goes. But this one looks like it threw like a head and shoulders last week. If you see it, left head, right drop. Hence, what we would be looking for is a pullback, stop punt high, drop. That's what we'd be looking for. But at the same token, it is testing this low right now, and it could shoot up all the way back up. I'm going to wait on gold. U-Chief, we had the continuation down last week. This one actually doesn't look like it's going to shoot back up. This looks like it's going to continue down. Monthly, I already said monthly was going to be going down. Shit, this might mean EU might go up. We'll have to see. The only thing is that I don't like this type of this TDI. What this tells me is that it could possibly shoot up, but ultimately still continue down. It's very indecisive. It's in a weird spot. I'm going to 4 hour. 4 hour has been consistently breaking every single low. It is in the oversold zone. It was divergent. From here to here, it's been divergent. We could see something like this. This towards the water. Or water then drop. I honestly believe it's going to do this. We'll possibly see something like that, but we'll see what happens, because if this pulls back, it's going up to that Mayo, and then it's going to tank. Because this is a new low. This whole thing's a new low, so we need to see some sort of pullback. UCAB monthly, riding that blueberry beneath, it's just above the stationary, but it looks like it could take a drop again. Weekly, through a railroad here on the weekly, which is dope. We might expect a drop this week. Daily shooting up towards that water, which would mean stop on high drop. So what we're seeing right now is it's moving. I think this is going to shoot up a little bit more and then take back down towards the blueberry. But be ready, because once it goes this, it's going to start consolidating. Look at the EMAs. The EMAs are really tight, leading us to believe that there should be some type of fringing, some type of consolidation. It's in that zone, so UCAP might not be a pair to be playing this week on a long-term trend. You might need to do scalping or intraday trading, get in and out type deal. Expect this to rise one more time, and then we'll look for a drop, but I'll be keeping my eye on UCAT. It's not my favorite thing as we speak. Yes, so continue up into that blueberry, and then we'll go from there. I'll come back to this pair tomorrow. UJ, looks like it's going to continue up. I'm liking the pattern that I'm seeing. The weekly looks good. Finished up to the top here, so expect UJ to keep rising, guys. UJ is going to keep rising, possibly consolidate here for a second because it's in that zone. You see? It's within the zone. Could do something like this. Goes boom, boom. And then rise up. We'll see how it goes. But I do expect this to consolidate a little bit more. Yeah, have it touch that water. Have it come down to that water. Once it touches that water, then we'll look for that buy. And then the 15-minute should be the Mayo. Yeah, wait for it to hit that Mayo on the 15-minute, and then we'll look for buys. GJ, monthly. Same thing. Might be shooting up, hit that wick on that low. Yeah, I think this is going to keep rising, guys. I think it's going to break through that water and then continue up to that Mayo. So GJ is going to keep rising daily. It's going to consolidate here, maybe a day, but this is definitely shooting up. So be ready for this. You're long term. You are shit. If you wanted to hold GJ for the week, you can take it. I like this for a buy. I really do. Look for GJs to be buys, guys. Maybe have it come down a little bit more. Drop. If it drops down here, it doesn't take out this low, it's going to hit the Mayo. You're looking for buys. All right? Looking for buys. EA. Monthly. Monthly is still shooting up towards that blueberry. Weekly is going up, made a new high, but it's a little divergent. It could be getting ready for a pullback. So if you see the weekly here, it finished out in a doji. If this does what I think it will do, this week we'll see a drop towards that catch up for a pullback and then a continuation rise. So that would be next week that we would see, or the next 3 weeks you'd see a rise. For that high, it's overbought, so it could stop on high a little bit, and then we'll be looking for the drops. All right, so I still see EA going for a drop and then ultimately buy. So maybe like the 4-hour Mayo would be good. That would be ideal. The hour looks good. It just threw a railroad at the beginning of this week, technically a couple hours, like an hour or so ago. So I'm still looking for this to be sells. That probably is the same thing with EA as well. We'll go to the monthly. Monthly is still going to be rising. As you can see, it's going to go right to that Mayo. It's going to be perfect. Weekly is hitting that high. It's throwing some dojis, throwing some wicks. Wick up to the top here. It is overbought. 4-hour. It's not divergent, but I do believe this thing could shoot down towards that water before it decides to shoot back up again. If not, obviously we'll see how it goes. But short term, it would be like sell and then rise. But ultimately rise. Get that. Higher time frame says it's going to be a buy, so stick to the higher time frames. Everything going down is a pullback, but you can capitalize on it. And then G Chief. This thing is getting ready. It's in like some sort of trend. It's in a channel. It's getting ready to do some shit. No volatility in it at all. Monthly, showing signs of it to drop. Broke that trend line. Stop hunt high. Looks like it's still dropping. This might actually shoot up a bit more. So this is the daily. This might shoot up, hit that water, then drop. All right, so we'll possibly be looking for buys this week. Once it hits that water again on the 4-hour, look for a buy. Once it hits the Mayo, look for a buy. And then it'll hit that blueberry, shoot up again, and then we'll look for a drop. Not my favorite pair, though, because I hate the movement of it right now. It just looks ugly as shit. So, with that being said, does anybody have any questions? I'm trying to think. I'll be looking at these base pairs for tonight, and U-Chief as well. Well, not U-Chief. What pair is it? EA. So EA, EU, GU, AU, all are the pairs I'm looking at. So we'll be going from there and then catching those pips later this week. So that being said, guys, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and we will kill it, get this thing popping for this week. For those of you that are in the group, stay active. We'll be seeing everything pop out. Yeah, no problem, George. And catching these pips. All right? Everyone have a great rest of your weekend, Sunday. And let's catch these pips this week. Peace out.